Hey guys, what is up? We're back with another wonderful Saturday with Trigun STARGAZE, and the first episode. I believe this season is truly going to make us cry because first and foremost, it looks like Earth's reinforcements or whatever is coming to No Man Planet, and on top of that, Vash Vash is mentally gone after the events 2 years prior to the current storyline with the third city in July completely eviscerated off of the planet after that whole ordeal between him and Knives, and with Knives group wanting to revive him too, but in his head he's thinking he lost his brother forever and now it's just him. He's the only independent plant, and he has to live with the fact that he think he took out his brother on top of the many lives within that city. And so he's a former shell of himself. And then we have this guy who has been taking care of him, but at the same time, we don't know if he's going to switch on Vash anytime soon. And because of the trauma that Vash has went through, he went through another alias name known as Eric's. So if anybody that watched the original anime or read the manga, you know what he is going to be going through. But of course, the cherry on top, despite the sadness, was seeing our favorite character, Millie, finally make her official appearance. Something everybody's been wanting since season 1 until that name drop on the last episode. So we'll see how it goes in this episode. If Vash is going to come too, or it might take a little bit longer in this season. So without further ado, let's get into Trigun STARGAZE episode 2. Who's that? Oh, but they're bringing their ships over here. Right, because we don't know what they're doing or what they want. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me something happened to Brad. Okay, oh. So where was she all this time from season 1? Oh, this is like the events again, like 152 years at this point. What? Please don't let nothing happen to Brad. Huh. Never heard of this character. So hold on. If his arm was destroyed originally, why does he have his arm back again? At the end of season one, his arm was destroyed. He didn't have his arm, so why does he have his arm now? Yeah. Like his whole arm was destroyed during that time. Like it. Huh. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is so sad. Oh my god. My thing is, if it's Eric's, where's the lady that took care of him? Are they retconning? Cause where she's at, she was the one that was taking care of him. Dang. Like he shouldn't have his arm, and the lady was supposed to take care of it. I don't get it. I don't get it. We'll just see. We'll see. Who is that? Is he just picking up people that he finds injured along the way? Oh no, you didn't. You did more than just talking, my guy. Um, I say he finally came. Um, oh, I did not expect that. No. Who is this lady though? Unless she's supposed to be the lady that took care of Vash. Okay, don't traumatize me even more. Oh, come on. Oh, Oh my god! So this whole point, the whole time you would, no wonder he had that ickling. Like he wants to. Oh, oh, that makes so much more sense. Oh my god, that makes so much more sense. Why he acted the way he did last episode. Oh, 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 you acting for the impossible, my guy. Bro, you just. Oh, why? Oh, mm. This is tough. Yeah, that was revealed very quickly. Oh, dang. Oh, they still try. How much times y'all gonna be talking about this on the radio? Oh no. Yeah, you say that you ready to go see Vash again. Not again. Not again. Okay, so they retcon a little bit, I will say. Because again, originally, if you watch the original anime, and it did happen in the manga, of course, I didn't read the full manga or anything, but when Vash does lose his memories, there is a woman who I can't remember her name, so do drop it in the comments below, who was taking care of him during the duration of like his lost memories after the events of the Lost City of July. So, and he did lose his arm. I believe, I don't know who fixed back his arm. I can't remember exactly, but it seems that I don't know why they did that, because Stampede ended with him being only one-armed, and I thought they were going to transition that into this, and they changed it where now this guy named Hopper, or he probably was already in the original, but I don't know why they took out the woman, because I don't know what their decision was for that. And it just makes me wonder. I mean, yeah, this is not going to be like chapter by chapter adaptation. Stampede already told us that, but I'm guessing they're going to take more liberties and a few spins while still taking major plot points more so from Maximum to add to this. But I don't know how they're going to wrap up with Maximum, which was how much volumes in Stargaze, unless, because they said this is the final, but not it's Stargaze final, but not the finale. So I could be wrong, like quite literally. I can be really wrong. But I'm going to go on the limb and take this with a grain of salt. We could possibly have a split season, or split cores. So it's just like, this is core one, because if they're adapting Maximum is how much volumes compared to the first two volumes of Trigun, and that's a lot of material that they would have to cover. And if they're planning to rush as much of it in this season in 12 episodes, I can see where a lot of fans would be upset about that, because the original anime never got to, because it only adapted oh so much, which is aka the first two volumes, and barely at that too. So we can't really say we have a truly faithful adaptation anime wise of Trigun to this day, but we'll take what we can get. Unfortunately, we'll take what we can get. But I'm just surprised that, because I did watch the original anime and I do know that part was in the manga. But nonetheless, I would say with this episode where Vash was forced to take a life, because Hopper, this was his way of getting revenge, but at the same time he saw Vash in the woman's shoes. He saw like they enact the exact same scenery, right? And I think some part of him didn't truly hate Vash as he would have liked the thing. Because again, like Vash said, he could have taken out Vash a long time ago, but it also, at the same time, I understand why he wanted to and why he couldn't. And also with his parting words, I'm not going to say exactly what he said, but I'm going to paraphrase. It's that Vash is meant to suffer this life through blood. And the way I'm going to interpret that, again, as someone that didn't read the manga, is given the fact that Vash is a pacifist, he's one extreme end, whereas his brother is the other side, where both of them, one is willing to shed massive amounts of blood to get to his goal. The other is willing to evade any bloodshed to get to his goal. But the problem with that now is, especially more so for Vash's case, is Vash loves humanity, without a doubt, because of Rem. And because of that, he can't fathom humanity being morally gray, that humans are capable of doing horrendous things, and that he at times will have to make the hard decision of, damn if I do, damn if I don't, simply put it. And I think this season is really going to test Vash on, and I think I may have alluded or mentioned it during Stampede. I can't tell you which video that is. Again, it's been like, what, 23? It's been 3 years since then. So, or 2.5, depending on what video it is. But Vash's passiveness is going to bite him in the butt this season. I see it. I see it happen. I see for Vash and his passiveness to not really take charge and really do what needs to be done. aka sometimes in these situations, it's just like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a hand for a hand, that type of thing. And I get it. He's trying so hard, but the thing is, he keeps humanity on this pinnacle. Even if he be like, yeah, humanity and humans are kind of messed up, but at the same time, and again, like I said, his brother is on the other far ended side of it. Eradication, all that stuff, instead of seeing that, like, there are generally good humans out there. So it's just like, I can't say so much for Nines, but definitely for Vash. I feel like this season in particular is going to put him in the ringer, more so for his morality and how he deals with the complexities of humans, and making that hard to decide decisions that balances life and death. Because like a lot of the times, and we clearly saw that from season 1, where he's being passive and he's not taking charge, and it has led to more problems than resolving it. And it is going to, and unfortunately it did snowball into the destruction of an entire city. So, and he's reeling in depression because of that, from then until currently right now in the storyline. So I think with also the arrival of the other human scouts from Earth who still remain, and hasn't been really active for 150 years, now is 152, almost 153 storyline continuity. This is where it's probably going to make him like, okay, he has to question himself, question his own motives, question his own morality, and see where he stands. Because now he's going to see where humans really lie. And again, he doesn't need to go to the deep end like Knives, but he does need to not be on his own deep end. He has to be, kind of middle ground, if you will. But that's the way I'm interpreting so far, obviously from all of season 1 Stampede, and from here, the first 2 episodes of Stargaze, especially given the fact of like, when you consider what Hopper and like what he lost, and what he kind of forced Vash to realize and to confront. So he's probably gonna still look like Eric's for a little bit before he comes to look like the Vash that we know so far. But yeah, I do see that. And if we go by the trailers, a lot of characters in this season, especially oh my god, his name is escaping me right now with the blue hair. Legato. If you saw the trailer, he's going to be another character that's going to press Vash. And what does he truly want? And it's going to push Vash to question, like, what are your decisions? And you can't just say, I'm going to do this. Like, you have to really think hard about it. So yeah, it's going to be dealing a lot in this season. I can see it with Vash's sense of morality towards everybody. And what does he do from there on? As more of these situations are going to pop up. And then obviously, Endgame is going to be, again, with knives. Who knows if they're going to twist it and change it around, seeing as how everything has been twisted and changed around anyway. So who knows? There is one particular scene that I have in my head right now, and I think a lot of you who are Trigun fans are wondering if this season is going to show that. It's dealing with an object. And I don't know how they're going to adapt it, if it will be too fast for them to adapt in this, or are we going to possibly get a second core or second season which will adapt everything else of Trigun and then finalize it, and then that's it. So yeah, that's just how I felt overall about this episode. It was a heavy hitter emotionally for Vash, because seeing him like that, it was already bad enough seeing him last episode, but seeing like the straight aftermath after he got flung from the explosion, and yeah, and the fact that like Knives' crew invaded their space home. So I don't know if Brad survived. That's, oh boy, my man Vash is really going through it right now. He really is. It was already bad enough for Rem and the other children and plants and everything, but now again 100+ years later all over again. Okay. But nonetheless, if you guys already watched this week's episode of Trigun STARGAZE episode 3, if you read the manga version, which this is loosely based off on, do tell me any changes you obviously noticed from this episode versus the chapter. Nothing further. What do you guess they're going to adapt next in the next episode? If you're anime only, how do you feel overall about this episode? And also, if you did see the original anime, how do you feel this episode compared to the original version of him being Eric's and everything? Do you think it went by too fast, of him getting back his memories and stuff, knowing that Knives is alive, so on and so forth? The links are in the description box, so you guys go check it out. And I'm Kimmy-chan, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. With